This next viewer question comes from Be Good, and it's just the letter B and then good. So this question must be good. Do you think Nick Suzuki and or Cole Caufield will become 80-point players? Jess, what do you think?
That would be amazing, but I don't think realistically that they could. They're both two very talented players. We've seen what they've been able to do during a short period of time with Martin St. Louis as the head coach, knowing how to push their buttons, how to get them going, and things are looking good for them. And hopefully they'll just continue to improve. They're both young players. They've got a lot of career left and a lot of growing still to do. So I can't imagine what they'll be like, but I don't think either of them will be able to put up 80 points. They will be, very good contributors to the Canadiens lineup, but I don't think that they will hit that plateau.
I'm going to disagree with you, Jess. I think they can, especially with Marty St. Louis coming in as coach. They have the offensive ability, I think, to do it. We've seen it recently. The thing is, can they do that over an 82-game season? I looked it up. If you go back to the 2018-19 season, the last time there was a full 82-game season, there was only 28 players in the NHL who had 80 points. So it's not an easy thing to accomplish. But these are two offensive type players, both first-round draft picks. They're playing together. They're going to get lots of power play time. So I wouldn't bet a lot of money on it just because there's not a lot of guys in the NHL who can reach that plateau. But I think both of these guys have the ability to get there at some point. Question of how long it'll take them. They're both young. They got a lot of years ahead of them.
I think that's a lot to ask. I mean, these two players are obviously great, talented, skilled guys. To almost rack up a point per game is obviously really elite players that can do that. But that being said, look what they brought lately. Every time they're on the ice, they're making something happen. If they're not getting goals or assists, they're doing something offensively, and this is something that is not taught. They either have it or they don't. Those two guys definitely have it, and we're seeing it as of late. Just what exactly they're bringing each and every night. And let's look at sky's the limit. These guys are going to be used in a lot of key situations. The expectations are going to be there that they're going to make things happen, and they've grabbed a hold of the opportunity right now by playing more, and results are happening. So take that over the whole course of the year with a good surrounding cast. They have an opportunity to do very well. Not really sure if they're going to get to the 80-point 80-point total in their stats.
Well, Caufield
go ahead.
Caufield had 20 points in his first 15 games with St. Louis. Everybody talks about him as a goal scorer. He had 11 goals. He also had 9 assists. And as I mentioned, just the fact the power play is so huge, right? I mean, if you look at – I didn't look at it, but if you look at the 28 players who had 80 points the last time there was a full season, I'm sure all of them were on the power play. That's where you rack up your points.
I'm going to say yes. I'm going to say Nick Suzuki, I think, has the best chance of getting 80 points. Just with how creative he is, just how much better he gets the more he plays. He's obviously going to reach career highs this season. He's not going to be anywhere near 80 points, but this is a player who I think will get better and better as his career goes on. And I think it's going to culminate into an 80-point season at some point. A little less so maybe for Cole Caufield. It might be a little bit more reliant on goals, but don't sleep on his playmaking ability either. But he might get close. But I think if I were to pick at least between both of them, and I understand that there is the option where both could get 80 points, I think Nick Suzuki is more likely to reach that total than Cole Caufield. And if Cole Caufield does, it's because Nick Suzuki is on his line. That's how I see it. Well, we'll just have to wait how time plays out for both Nick Suzuki and Cole Caufield. Thank you very much, Be Good, for sending us that good question. Feel free to send us questions if you're watching this episode by leaving it in the comment section. And while you're there, you might as well subscribe to the Hockey Inside Out show on YouTube, and as well as the Hockey Inside Out newsletter, and visit hockeyinsideout.com for full episodes and other great stories written by everyone else at the Gazette.